Hello and welcome back to MLB The Show 18 and the Jason Parham Road to the Show. I'm Tired Saber. Last time out, the Minnesota Twins kind of totally destroyed Jason, just a little bit, He pitched for 5 innings, allowing 6 runs on 9 hits, including 2 home runs. And the best advice I have to Jason is, next time you're in Minnesota, lay off the hot dish. Just saying. Let's carry on, I suppose. So, we got about a month left in the season, and if I'm looking at my games right, Jason has about 5 more appearances in which to solidify his candidacy for the Cy Young Award, to say nothing of helping his team get to the postseason. So we're looking pretty good on that front. We're up 6.5 games on Toronto with about a month left to go. And the team is 83 and 53, which is pretty good. So, yeah, we're looking all right in that front. So we got Toronto, going to be probably Seattle, Baltimore, the Yankees, and the Angels to finish out the season for Jason. But one game at a time, and hopefully play a little better than we did last time. Let's get out there. So, bullpen day, what do we got? Cut velocity might be fun. Yeah, thinking about that. Arm strength, don't really care so much about that. Slider velocity, maybe. Yeah, no, let's go ahead and get that cut velocity up. Great job. Because 92 is respectable, but, clearly, we'd like to be faster. Okay, so looks like our next game is going to be against the Toronto Blue Jays in their house. Now, Jason has faced off against the Blue Jays a grand total of 7 times before. He finally got a victory last time out, but career he's 1-2 record with a 3.83 ERA and a 3.21 WOBA. So, again, looking like we're going to have to get back out here and improve those numbers and hopefully be a little bit better out there than we were last time. But we'll never find out if we don't get out there and get it.
Folks just finishing up their work week, making their way into Rogers Center here in Toronto. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Dwayne Marchand makes his big league debut right after this. Drew Pomeranz, a southpaw from Tennessee, is the man on the mound. Dan, any thoughts?
Drew Pomeranz, better known for that big overhand curveball that he has. A good fastball, not a great fastball. 91 to 93. Curveball is his best pitch. He will mix in an occasional changeup.
Into the box now, Dwayne Marchand. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Second baseman.
So up 2-0 to begin the game. Jason has the lead, and let's go ahead and get started.
Hey, you can do it. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit back up the middle.
Well, I didn't really even have a chance to talk about him, but believe it or not, Dwayne Marchand is somebody that Jason has faced off against in the past. In fact, he was one of the first people he played against. He was on the New Hampshire Fisher Cats in AA from 2018. So, yeah. Good to see him up in the show as well at this point. Didn't have the best success in the first at-bat, but, it is what it is. It's good to remember that we're now into the month of September, which means that the major league clubs can now bring up their 40-man rosters and play all of them in the last month before the postseason.
Last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, Matty, what I need to see out of this offense today is some early production. Somebody's got to get on
no swing on the 12-6 curveball, so that's
they're not swinging the bats well.
That is 1-1.
This offense needs to adjust itself.
Softly hit here to the left.
Liner to left field, but Andrew Benintendi, I think, is out there to grab it.
2 away now.
That's 2 away.
Let's take a look at the Blue Jays starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, Matt, I can't wait to see if La Potencia, Yoenis Cespedes, can keep it going. You can bet the opposition spent a decent amount of time crafting crafting a game plan to stop this guy, because as he goes, so goes the team. You stop him, you've got a chance to win. You don't, you're probably going to lose.
Stepping in now is Mitch Haniger. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away.
See, this is the point at which I would expect AA players at the time that Jason came into the professional leagues would start coming up.
First offering,
because we're now about 4 or so years into Jason's professional career,
for ball 1.
which means that players of that age would probably be about the age cohort of 25 or so, 26. So usually you would expect them to have probably 4, 5, 6 years in the minors to get some seasoning and professional baseball experience before the major league clubs bring them up, unless they're really exceptional talents or they're really desperate. In the case of the Padres, when Jason came up, it was more the case that they needed starting pitching, and Jason was about the best that they had in the minors at that time, arguably.
Rusty Valentine.
Dan, Rusty Valentine behind the dish tonight. He is north-south without question, letters to knees.
Well, I tell you what, he really favors a power pitcher.
Okay, 2-0 pitch, and he fouled off that slider there, but he was late on it, so let's see if we can't get him swinging at other stuff. Give him a high inside two-seamer.
And he fires
catch the zone, so that's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, a crucial count for both pitcher
and the call
and hitter.
is a slider, and I'm going to go ahead and give him one on the corner with some showtime to enforce that spot. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning.
Retires the side, and that will do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. They're down 2-0. And now the Toronto number 4 hitter, Josh Donaldson. And you see what he's done in recent action. Obviously seeing the ball well right now.
Hey, we're still in the early stages.
Yeah, still nothing more from Boston in the top of the second, so we'll carry on.
Guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Swing and a miss on a two-seamer. Tried to check swing, but he just missed.
No outs here, fellas.
And it was a called strike anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Hit in the air down the right field.
So that one out there to right field, and Randall Romero out there to pull it in.
Play for the first out of the inning.
So not too shabby.
Positioning themselves defensively. The guy I want to focus on is outfielder Andrew Benintendi. Also a hybrid type outfielder. Forced to move to a corner in Boston with the likes of Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts out there. But a guy who can play center with a strong, accurate arm, and we know he can roll the pole.
So with Jake Lamb, Jason making a nice little reach out there for that comebacker for the first out, or the second out, excuse me. 1 pitch, 1 out. I wasn't paying attention to see if we're at 2 pitch, 2 out territory here, but clearly pitching pretty efficiently here in the second.
Now is the designated hitter.
And then it's Randall Grichuk.
Take a look at the splits here. He's actually better against right-handed.
Got a career 389 batting average against Jason, so putting up some really quality numbers against him.
First delivery to him on the way.
Cutter high in the zone, no swing.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is
swing and a miss on a slider now outside the zone, and he kind of confused up there.
Back to take a good swing at that one.
So we'll go curveball inside corner, I think.
Come on, baby. Get your pitch.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Chopper to short.
Chopper right over Jason's head. He does nothing with it.
And the throw just
but Raul Mondesi collects it and makes the play to get him out. So
some of our nation's
not bad.
Young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this.
I don't know about you, Matt, but I think that
It's a rough one for him
the future of Canada is in good hands, personally.
That one.
Certainly have better optimism for them than I do about America right now.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Okay, Yoenis Cespedes, former player for the Mets, former teammate of Jason Parham. 1-0 after the first pitch goes inside. Now the call is for an inside slider, which are always a little bit tricky as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to spot this one with some showtime.
Hit high and deep.
That one is going to line out to left field, and Andrew is going to misplay it out there.
And he will coast.
And Yoenis Cespedes is going to be into second with a double. First pitch of the second pitch of the third inning.
Down the line for a leadoff double.
He might not have been able to get to that one, honestly, but certainly he was not in the right position to play the Karam off the wall.
Here comes the first pitch. Swing.
Oh, and
Try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Jose Abreu can't quite get the glove to that one, knocks it down, but not much more. And Aledmus Diaz now gets himself an RBI double off of that nice little play off of the glove of... No, it didn't even get to it. So
but no doubt he'll take it.
Now 2-1. 2-1 with nobody out.
Standing in now, Joel Gallegos, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line.
Well, but Joel Gallegos is a catcher, and nobody really... I mean, a catcher who can hit is one of the most valuable position players in the game.
Nothing in one count. Here it comes.
The skill levels and the skill set required to be an effective catcher are so different from like every other position in the game that it's kind of like being a pitcher. It's tough to work on the skill set required to be a catcher and also have the time and the physical talents to be a good batter. Here in the 2018-2019 offseason, there's not so much hubbub about it right now, but like the Marlins have catcher JT Realmuto, who has the advantage of being a really good defensive catcher as well as being a very good hitter. So there's quite a bit of talk and negotiation going to try to get him to a team that has a little bit better playoff prospects, a little bit better aspirations than the Miami Marlins do. Nice little pop-up right there over to first base, and Jose Abreu's under it. And that'll be one away, finally. Now Dwayne Marchant's out here. Once again, have a chance to talk about him, perhaps. I can go up and look at his numbers from before, because one of the advantages of doing this game is that, or doing this series, is that I have records stretching all the way back to Jason's first appearances in AA with a couple minor exceptions.
Here's the first pitch to him. And a fastball.
And in fact, Dwayne Marchant's appearances include a walk and a home run against Jason. So clearly, back in the day, he was really seeing Jason pretty well and taking him to task in the two appearances he had prior to this. But of course, Jason soon got traded to the Padres after that, after beginning his career with the Pirates organization.
And decide, is this what I want to do with the rest of my life, grinding it out on the bus?
And he just watches that one sail by, so we're now 2-0. Call us for a changeup, and I agree.
Now the 2-0 home.
Swing and a miss on a circle change that finds the inside corner.
Time to pull the string on him. On 2-0, there's no way anyone's thinking changeup, so if you can locate it, that's pretty much unhittable.
Swing.
Okay, so he was early on that curveball, and just as well, too, because that one would have gone out of here, I think.
Second with one away.
Swing and a miss. Struck out on a high fastball, and that's 2 away.
Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you think you see that ball.
So coming back out here is Teoscar Hernandez.
Really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez.
Get a strike on the black with that changeup.
On the black, it's 0-1.
Come on, let it rip right here.
Now I think the call is a curveball.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Line drive.
Line shot to center field, but Jackie Bradley Jr. makes a sliding catch out there to pull it in, and that will end the inning.
Two after that one as we get another look at it here. We're back to Friday Night Baseball.
Nicely done.
After this. Striding in, Mitch Haniger. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. First pitch of the at-bat. And that misses ball one.
Don't like that call.
Work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player,
Not liking the execution on that one. Finds the inside part of the zone for a strike, but still good. So change up now. Grounded into the gap between third and short, so Mitch Haniger gets himself a single to lead off the fourth.
To start the inning.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about.
Now the call is an inside low cutter. I don't know how I feel about this one.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a
Center of the zone, no swing. No swing on that two-seamer, low outside the zone.
One run on
in on his knees.
One error thus far for Toronto.
Now the call is for a slider. I'm going to go ahead and pop one in the corner. That goes for a strike. Now for a high outside corner cutter.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
That one is going to fall. Benintendi can't get to it, so Josh Donaldson also gets himself a base hit. So we got men first and second with no outs in the bottom of the fourth. Best opportunity, well, not the best opportunity because they already cashed one in, but clearly Jake Lamb has the potential to do some damage here if he can get a hold of this ball. So let's try to keep him from getting a hold of this ball.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Two-seamer low.
For a strike.
From a
For a
hitter's
strike.
perspective, you knocked a donut off your bat knowing two things. This pitcher is out on the mound looking for a strikeout or a double play, so you better set your sights.
Slider just about gets the corner, but no swing for a ball.
Haniger at second. Donaldson at first with no outs.
Two-seamer high, gets a strike for 1-2 count. I think I'm going to go change up low corner and hope for a double play ball.
Had to sit back on
Didn't get a double play ball. I just got a little tapper.
Here he comes again.
Try a curveball, same spot. That's bounced over to hopefully Jose. No, it's into the gap. So we're playing station-to-station ball here, and bases are loaded with Randall Grichuk coming to the plate, and he's a home run threat. He's got 2 homers off of Jason and 21 plate appearances. 481 WOBA. Excuse me. That was prior. This is. Excuse me, he's got a 505 WOBA prior to this plate appearance. So, I don't know, Grandma. You might have to break out the rye bread and mustard.
Get everyone in with one swing of the bat. Pass the baton and keep the line moving.
Tap on that circle change.
The pitcher has to find a way to minimize damage here. Maybe take 2 outs for 1 run.
So that's 1 strike. Slider call outside corner.
And there's
is called a ball, frustratingly.
When you feel the whole world is against you, you're already in hot water with the bases loaded, so it doesn't make life any easier when you're not getting calls that you think you should.
Challenge pitch. Grichuk was only able to tap it. He was early on it. 1-2.
Come on, baby. Get your pitch up.
This one's going inside corner as a changeup.
Yes,
swing and a miss, and we needed that real bad.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best two-strike approach either.
Well, we can't relax yet because now we got Yoenis Cespedes, who is also a home run threat. His numbers are not nearly as flattering against Jason. He's got a career 204 WOBA, which is not good, but, you know, he's got one career home run against Jay, so let's not give him anything to mash.
Here's Yoenis Cespedes as the first pitch.
Circle change finds its way outside the zone for the first ball.
One as he reached base with a double his first time up. This one's blooped out toward right center.
That's a little bloop, and that's going to drive home a run. Here's another one coming.
Throw to third.
And in fact, Yoenis Cespedes is going to put him in the lead with that bloop single.
More interesting here in the middle innings.
And that is going...
Big face hit drives in two.
Yeah, that could be a huge knock right there, Dan, especially with...
That is going to put the Toronto Blue Jays on top in the bottom of the fourth with one away.
And that'll bring up Aledmus Diaz as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball one.
These last couple games have not been great for Jay. After the Orioles game, he's kind of really struggled against every team he's faced so far.
The 1-0 home.
Circle change finally finds the zone here. 1-1. Not liking my numbers so far tonight.
Swing.
He rips that one down the third baseline, but that one's going to go foul.
Run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball.
And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, sir. Swing and a miss on that slider, and that'll get another out.
Classic slider.
We're not out of this mess yet.
The strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
Into the box now.
Don't like that change up. Pop fly to center field will get us out of the inning, but execution was not ideal.
The third out.
So
it's 2 runs on 4 base hits.
Yoenis Cespedes puts them on top 3-2 after allowing 3 base hits in that inning.
And now back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Stepping in, Dwayne Marchand. He's still hitless in the majors after 2 at-bats. No doubt he'd like to turn that 0 batting average into a .333 here.
Yeah, I know it's his first game, but after 2 at-bats, he should be able to slow himself down a little bit. I expect him to have a nice AB right here.
And that one got all up in Blake Swihart's beeswax. 0-2 now. Going to go ahead and give him one on the black on the outside. Nice little cutter. See if he can catch it.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
He can foul it off anyway. But he was late on it. So now the call is high inside fastball. And I like it. Let's do it. Skied along the first base line, but Jose Abreu's going back to collect it. And that's 1 out.
Next to bat for Toronto, Teoscar Hernandez. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out. First delivery to him on the way. This is in the air out to right field.
Skied out to right field. Randall Romero's under it. And that's quickly 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Stepping in now is Mitch Haniger.
Of course, we know how this goes. Just because you get 2 outs quick doesn't mean you get out of the inning quick.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Missed with a breaking.
Right on the black.
I don't know why in the world anybody would want to be an umpire.
No call.
Giving this umpire an earful on a pitch that he thought was a strike, and he's certainly trying to defend his pitch.
Hit the other way.
Right off the end of the bat, and once again, Randall Romero's right there to pull it in.
Trouble with this one, and the inning.
Quick inning.
Blue Jays go down in
But
order.
we're still tied up and going into the 6th.
All tied 3-3. Digging in and looking for more, Josh Donaldson. They'll get things started here in the second half of the 6th.
So Boston did manage to get another one up, so Jason is in the lead again. But I wouldn't put too much faith in being able to hold on to that right now, so we're going to have to pitch as well as we can.
Here we go.
Swing and a miss on a curveball down out of the zone.
Charlie.
I mean, that's just an awesome curveball right there. A 12-6 breaker with nasty downward tilt.
Might as well use some showtime here because I don't expect to be out here all that much longer. Choose that change up, outside corner. Swing and a miss. Josh Donaldson down on strikes.
Boy, there's the perfect pitch right there. The straight changeup. He hadn't used it yet in this at bat, and what does he do? He uses it, pulls the string, and gets the big strikeout.
And that's one away. So now it's Jake Lamb again, who, again, has a history of taking Jason to task.
Jake Lamb standing in.
Got a career .518 WOBA against Jason, a .786 slugging percentage. So slugging, put another way, he's dangerously close to getting a base per at-bat every time he comes to the plate against Jason.
4-3 our score here as we play inning number 6.
Technically, it's a base per at-bat, not every plate appearance, but considering how few walks Jason hands out, they kind of are the same thing.
From him in this at bat, yet as a hitter, you've probably got to sit on that right now.
Swing and a miss on that two-seamer low. He was early on it, a little eager to get that one out of the ballpark.
Come on, big dog, get your pitch.
But I think we'll give him a little curveball outside corner, which he taps but doesn't deliver on.
Come on, man. Get your pitch.
Now I think it's time for that cutter high in corner.
Just out in
Connected
front
on
of
that
him,
one,
still
but
2-2.
again, pulled it foul. Change up now. Taps that one.
Hey, your pitch.
He's been early on these. So how about another curveball? That one finds the inside. No swing. So now it's a full count. And I don't dare give him one. Well, I guess I could walk him, but
He would have swung at that pitch. Sometimes in these long, epic at-bats, you start to get into swing mode.
so we'll go ahead and try the corner. If he doesn't swing, then he doesn't swing. Takes a walk. One of the few Jason has allowed this season. I think that's about number 8.
Never want to issue a free pass if you can help it.
But
when a hitter
all
like
things
that
considered,
gets
I'd
in,
rather that than give up a run in a game like this.
driving a ball out of here and erasing your one-run lead.
Here comes the first pitch.
Cutter, center of the zone. He could have mashed that one, but did not. Change up low, no swing. 1-1 count. Curveball is the call.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Ground ball.
Little dribbler up the middle that does not get
Can't
pulled
make the
in.
play. It's a base hit.
So Randall Grichuk gets himself a base hit, and now we got men first and second with one out.
Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside.
So Jason once again flirting with disaster.
You're a pitcher right there. You can't get this.
With Yoenis Cespedes up to the plate, who delivered on his delivered on the men in scoring position last time out.
Hey, let's roll 2, huh?
Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes. As he will look
That's
at a first
foul,
pitch fastball
or
for ball 1.
that's a ball, excuse me.
For him thus far.
One out. Hey, your pitch. Drive it deep.
The 1-0. Hit on the ground.
It's a grounder over to shortstop. That's going to do it, I think.
There's one.
Little double play from Mondesi to LeMahieu to Abreu.
On a hit, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning coming up. The Red Sox 4, the Blue Jays 3. Leading off the inning, Aledmus Diaz. And they'll need him
And
to get
oh my
something going
goodness,
here.
Boston sounds off on Toronto in the top of the 7th, giving Jason a big old cushion to work with, so they may well leave him in for a little while longer.
Hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Here's the first pitch to him. Hit hard to the right side. But
So that cutter was late.
Come on, guys. All right, one time, right here.
into the
Try another one, I
Here comes the
think.
0-1.
That one's a bouncer up the middle for DJ. Gets it over to Jose Abreu.
In time, one away.
That's the first out.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
And now it's Joel Gallegos up there on the plate.
Joel Gallegos.
Stepping in now, Joel Gallegos. As he'll take a tough pitch on the
Hung a
outside part of the
curveball that
plate
took no
for strike
swing.
one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
Change is now the call.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
Swing and a miss on one way outside. He had good timing on it. It's just a bad spot for it. So now the call is for an outside fastball.
Looking for
So we'll
the
give it to him.
strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch.
No
If
swing.
it chased the 0-2 fastball, it's 1-2.
Decided to go with a fastball there on 0-2, but what he's trying to do with that pitch is to expand the strike zone. Maybe you get a guy to offer at it.
Swing and a miss at one way up around the jawline, and he's out of here.
Like the cut fastball there, and he got him to swing through it for the second out. And you see it right there on
And that
your
is
screen.
200
Strikeout
strikeouts on the year, it looks
here.
like. So Jason,
Very difficult
very well
to
done.
solve this season.
Gets himself to the big old 200 milestone on the year.
Dwayne Marchand, 0 for 3 on the day so far. He doesn't seem to have the idea on the major league pitching thing yet, but he could turn his day around with a hit here.
Yeah, he just needs one to fall right here. Just something to grab himself a batting average and let him relax. You're playing for everybody else but yourself at this moment, just trying to grind to get a hit.
Two-seamer catches the outside for a 1-1.
He's got a good feel for that two-seam fastball this far into the game. He's used it really effectively tonight.
Try curveball now.
Here's a called strike.
Get
on
the
curveball.
strike.
1-2.
Looking pretty good as far as my totals go.
Error thus far for Toronto.
I'm going to go ahead and give him that Showtime sliders. Don't think he's going to have what it takes to get it.
Chopped weakly to the
Well,
left.
he collected it, but he's not going to get the hit because that's right over to Rafael Devers, and that's another out.
Starting to run out of innings here as they are unable to cut into the deficit. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now.
So, 7 innings in the books. Things are looking pretty good for the Red Sox at this point. Hopefully, we'll be able to collect that win.
For another shot now.
Teoscar Hernandez coming out to the plate in the 8th.
Top of the order hitters.
87 pitches so far, so we'll find out if Jason has what it takes to get out of here with the win.
To generate a lot of action, and they just haven't been up to the task so far in this one. Still time for them to turn it around, though.
Hung another curveball that they didn't swing on.
Count.
So give him a cutter on the outside.
Hit in the air.
That was not on the outside. That was pretty much straight down the middle, but he was still late on it. Try to avoid those whenever we can. Swing and a miss on that two-seamer.
That's out number 1.
And he's gone.
So you've got to figure he's got a good chance here to finish this one off. And with that in mind, we take a look at the league leaders in complete games. And as you can see there, he's part of a flat-footed tie for the AL lead.
Well, it's not going to be a Maddox if they let him finish this one, but
Ready to deliver. Here's the
would be
first
nice to
pitch.
get another completo out of it.
Takes a good curveball at the knees.
So 5 outs to go. First pitch strike to Mr. Mitch Haniger.
He's got the utmost confidence.
Go
in his
cutter,
ability to go
high
back
outside.
and get him something over the heart of the plate.
That one's right over at Rafael Devers. And that'll be the second out of the inning. 4 outs to go.
Standing in, Josh Donaldson. And they're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got a significant hill to climb, but they've got to take it one bat at a time. A couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
That one doesn't find the zone. Two-seamer on the outside, so first pitch ball. Try one lower in the zone. Connects with it, but it's going to be a fly out. Looks like Jackie Bradley Jr. ranges over, pulls it in. 3 outs to go. We have the potential to finish this one out, but they might also just bring in the closer and or reliever to take the load off of Jason. Guess we'll find out, won't we?
Back at Rogers Center as we get a look at the great city of Toronto from the ferry on Lake Ontario. Phil Maton.
No, they're going to bring in Phil Maton, Jason's old Padres teammate, to try to close this one out. So, going to have a break after 8 innings. Wasn't the best showing to begin the game, but we kind of turned it around, and more importantly, looks like we are in line for the win. Let's see if we can hold it. Survey says...
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure is off. If they get one of the next 2, the series is theirs.
And tonight's final, 7-3.
That's a nice little redemption game after a couple of stinkers. Jason comes out and pitches 8 strong innings, allowing 7 hits and a walk for 3 runs, but no homers. Collects 7 strikeouts, and he gets the victory. Jason goes to 15-6 on the year, and he goes to 43-32 in his career. His ERA has gone to 2.12. His FIP is a 2.47, and his xFIP is a 2.74. So that's going to do it for me. Until next time, I'm Tyron Saber, and I will see you at the ballpark.